Alrighty. Good evening. How we doing tonight, Jamie?
Low energy Jeb right now, but let's hope that changes.
You know, I had one of them nights not too long ago. Hey, Brian, good evening. You know what? I'm seeing the numbers are rising a little bit this evening, but I imagine with such a good, nice evening that who knows, it might be absent a few tonight, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Well. Hey, Waylon, good evening, buddy. Yeah. Anyway, so. Yeah, I was kind of busy today. Before we get going no too hard here, I think we'll give you a kind of a recap. What we're going to do is we're going to be talking about, of course, the commie Democrats. Imagine that. They're all over shit again. Hey, thanks for listening, guys. I just texting my phone here.
Yeah, gotta love that one, right, Clay?
Oh, yeah, right there. Yeah, God, nice, guys, nice. Anyway.
Sent you to TikTok.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that. We got some top 10s going on. I'm going to be talking about a little AI down in Florida being used for gun detection. And I can see bad things happening there. And then out of China, did you see that cool one? We're going to be talking about it.
I did.
I even got the video of it. China's got a little bit of a toy that kind of intrigues me, man.
Looks interesting, doesn't it?
It does. Of course, I don't know if do you have a happy ending chronicle?
I do.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And I can use mine on Friday. I bet you they're both.
I got us a chronicle.
All righty. All right. With that, let's go ahead and let's roll in here with the Second Amendment to the United States Constitution, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And that goes for you, Democrats. Commies, sons of bitches. Anyway.
We got a few stories about them tonight, don't we?
We do. I'm going to let you go ahead and kick it off if you want, or I can, but go for it if you want to.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Let me get one. I'll tell you, we'll kick it off right here, Clay. I got my story right here. Right. My formerly Copenhagen stained fingers.
Hey, people are joining in here. The numbers going up. So, yeah, thanks for joining. Hey, everybody over there on X. I love it. That's always our biggest one anymore. And share it, spread it, invite people, and let's push those numbers.
And don't forget, Clay, right away, you guys, don't forget to hit that like button.
Absolutely. Hit the like and subscribe. If you're over on YouTube, subscribe and like that and share it. I guess that's kind of the key to that. I've watched my son grow his now over 15,000 viewers. I don't get it. He's monetizing good. Good for him. But we don't make the same kind of content that he does.
Right. Our content is not anything like that, and I don't understand. Like you said,
I don't either, but
you got the shirt on, Clay. Why we don't get it?
Yeah, because we're Old Balls Club, 1974. Yeah.
All right, so Clay, we got suppressors. We got suppressors in the news here, right? Lately, with the big beautiful bill here, and I'm gonna start off with that. Of course, not everybody is as happy about this as we are.
Right. And on both sides, actually. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we got a few on our team that aren't swinging the bat the right way. But yeah, so got this Shooting News Weekly. Excellent news for gun owners came last week when the U.S. House of Representatives passed President DJT's big, beautiful bill, which I just stated, which includes a complete removal of suppressors from the NFA. The measure would eliminate the $200 NFA tax and the NFA's application and registry, the sole statutory purpose of which is to administer the tax with respect to suppressors. If enacted into law in its current form, the bill would effectively leave suppressors to be regulated as ordinary firearms under the Gun Control Act of 1968. Not perfect, Clay, but you know what? It'd be a hell of a step in the right direction.
It's the first change since 1934. I mean,
almost 100 years. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, no kidding. And let's just face it, I've been involved in it for a long time as far as watching government wheels spin very slow. This is a big step. Yes, it's not what we all want. I want them eliminated off of everything. They should just be like buying a magazine at Shields, right? Or buying one over there at Man Sporting Goods or at Bloodline Kinetics, just a regular, any kind of part. Or head over to John's at Little Angry Man Arms. I mean, we shouldn't have to go through anything. But this is a step in the right direction.
Yep. Unsurprisingly, Clay, we got representatives bent on curbing America's ability to exercise their Second Amendment rights. They're not pleased with this development. 22nd, I didn't even know this whole hag was around anymore, really. During an early morning floor debate over the legislation,
there she is.
Representative Nancy Pelosi.
Evil.
I didn't even know that. I honestly didn't know that old hag was around. Registering her opposition to the bill in reference to the suppressor tax reduction. Then, of course, as we mentioned about the silencers, it's just beyond comprehension. She's shaking around there. And according to the former Speaker of the House, it's incomprehensible that lawmakers want to eliminate a prohibitory tax scheme on harmless devices that help their constituents lawfully exercise their Second Amendment rights with reduced risk of hearing damage. And yet the longtime representative from San Francisco still didn't manage to provide the worst take of the week.
Yeah.
This distinction belongs to another person I've never heard of. When I seen a picture of her, though, I mean, looks like she doesn't want to be a woman or
how come all Democrat women are ugly? I mean,
man, most of them are. There's not, man. They're few and far between. That belongs to
Representative Madeleine Dean.
Yep, Madeleine Dean, who argued the current tax on suppressors doesn't go far enough, Clay.
No, not really, huh?
And people like you and me, we're already enjoying too much goddamn freedom, so it's time. So in the meeting of the House Rules Committee, Dean claimed to be shocked by the level to which Americans already are exercising our Second Amendment rights. She stated, you know what the dollars are? It's $1.4 billion over 10 years. I did the math. That means something like 700,000 silencers are sold in this country a year, which is about right? We went over that before.
Yep.
That baffles me. I don't know if that's accurate, but by the numbers and by the math, that's what we're talking about. Dean took issue, Clay, with the fact that suppressor tax has not kept up with inflation, and which we thought was eventually going to be brought up by these people, right?
Right.
Acknowledge, Clay, it wasn't an infringement why they did this in the first place. The tax was used to try to discourage the purchasing of silencers, which it was. Wow,
yeah, in 1934, $200 was a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money to me right now. It pisses me off. I got about 2 other suppressors I could have bought just in wasting my tax stamp on this bullshit.
On every single one, by the way.
So she went on to tell us what her preferred scenarios would be for suppressors here, Clay.
Yeah.
If we doubted it, if we doubled it, she said, if we just went to 400, just double it to $400, which I'm sure she can probably find in her ashtray because she's made a bunch of money being a leftist congressman. You could sell only half as many and not lose a penny in revenue. Of course, Clay, right? That's what it's all about, is sucking blood out of the freaking taxpayers.
You just said it. Revenue. She considers this tax on a piece of metal revenue for the government. That's not how it's supposed to work.
Yep. And if we tripled it, she said, you might actually do something good, like discourage some sales of silencers. That would be a good thing for us to do in this committee.
Oh, boy. And there, she said it out loud, didn't she?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is the goal of the Democrat Party. And I would have to say probably every Democrat, because I don't see too many Democrats voting the other way on this. They just don't.
Not a one voted for the big, beautiful bill.
Oh, yeah. So let's just face it. They are about confiscating firearms and ending the Second Amendment. Honestly, that's what they want. That's their end goal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they're, perverting the tax code to wage war on our rights, man. They couldn't care less. They couldn't care less.
They're whatever means it takes. Whatever means it takes.
Or political enemies like you and me and President Trump, just wax your ass off of social media, say you went against the rules, or you're bullying people, or some other stupid leftist bullshit term they use.
Absolutely.
So we got I think we got another representative, right, Clayton? We got a little video of this character.
Actually, that one I don't have, honestly, Jamie. I apologize. I wanted to have him up there talking about what you sent me, and I ran out of time today. I did, but we can talk about it. This moron.
Yeah.
I mean, he talks about how, again, the revenue stream and how it's.
Evening, Eric. How you doing, buddy?
Eric, hey, we got two Erics on tonight.
Eric G.
But the guy is he's a typical leftist. He's looking at it from a revenue stream. If I remember right, didn't he say it was taking, basically it was a cut out of the budget? Well, no.
I'm going to get right to what he said here shortly. So
go for it. I meant to have some video of that, but the days got long, and I barely made it in tonight.
I tell you what, I don't have the whole thing of what.
Or we can cover. You know what? We can cover it next week. This will still be an issue next week too.
He was pissed off. This Representative Mike Thompson. Where's this bozo from here? Let me see here. California, Representative Mike Thompson, 4th Congressional District Chairman, California. Yeah. Pissed off as all hell. Hey, I'm a veteran. And they're taking this silencers off of the NFA. Basically, this is the stupidest thing you could do. And Republicans are saying it's for hearing protection. He said that's complete bullshit. Nobody buys you for hearing protection. You're basically a hitman or a poacher if you want one of these things. And if you don't like it, you go invest yourself in some earplugs and go shooting and hunting that way instead of this. I mean, just a complete arrogant asshole. Clay, not one person I know has one, bought it for other than this exact purpose of freaking hearing protection. That's why I own freaking suppressors.
Yeah. Well, here I think I found the video. Should we play it?
Yeah, give her this guy.
Give me a minute here. I think I have it.
Yeah, he's on X doing it. I think it's like a 30-second or 40-second clip.
Let me see if I can get this loaded. We'll see if I can do this on the fly. I'm getting better at it. That's the other one. I don't want that one.
Well, 308 is good video length there.
Yeah. Give me a minute. I got to bring it in a different way. That's okay. I will get it. I really will, everybody.
I think I sent you the link for sure.
You did,
so
yes.
I
got the link up here.
Trust me, when you hear the guy, Axe played it for me. Here we go.
Is it up there now?
It's up there. I see his ugly ass.
Okay, there it is. All right. I shall play it. See if it works.
As in strong opposition to this big, terrible bill. This bill takes health care away from 14 million people. 9 million people lose food assistance with this bill.
He might get into a few other things first, but he'll get to it.
$4.3 trillion to the debt.
It's less than a minute and a half.
Before the interest on that. This bill also advances China in the race for renewable energy superiority at a time when energy demand is soaring off the top of the charts. All of this
take energy advice from a Democrat.
To the Musk billionaire type donors. Mr. Neal talked about the distribution charts. The distribution charts are the coin of the realm. That's what we go by. And you look at those distribution charts, they tell the truth. If you make under $50,000 a year, you get a tax cut of about $260. If you make $1 million a year, you get a tax cut of about
Dude, that's bullshit. I know I get more money than that tax cut than that.
All of this
not
to
just
give a big
the more you
tax
pay,
cut
the more you're
to
going to
the
get back, right?
The richest people in the country. Our constituents lose. Our hospitals and our clinics
I bet you you're really
close.
rich compared to
Our
me, Mr.
veterans
Thompson.
community lose. This is a bad bill. I urge a no vote.
Gentleman from Missouri.
Oh, okay. I guess was that the wrong clip?
That was the wrong one. He goes right into the.
Oh, see.
Oh, we got to bash him a little bit on there anyway. So
We did, yeah. I'm sure I could find it here.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll find it, Clay, and I'll email it to you.
Thought I had the right one, but yeah.
I'll email it to you
There's
here.
so many on here.
Oh, I got the right one because Axe sent it to me, and I listened to this scumbag.
And
Oh yeah, here it is. So got $1.4 billion giveaway to the gun industry, and oh yeah, there we go. He's
Yeah, go ahead. And if you send it to me, we'll get it up there. But I know what you're talking about, and that's what he was talking about, how it was a giveaway to the gun industry. And like, what? He has no clue. I can tell you this. Listening to I read some of the comments under that post when you sent it. I was like, that was great. They were basically telling the, go suck it.
yeah. I just listened to a little bit of it here. He gets right into it. I'm gonna I'll email it to you.
All right.
Email here. All right. Which one is it again, Clay?
Send it to the shootist 93.
The shootist 93. All right, here we go. On its way here.
Well, you know this is live. I mean, we are on the fly and
live. People think live radio gets out of hand.
Yeah, I'll get the comments back up here.
Speaking of that, did you get your time straightened out? I'm not, like I said before last week, I'm not going to be on the Michael Bell show anymore. I was using my vacation to do it. I apologize to Michael. Appreciate the opportunity going on there. Had fun doing it and getting the message out, but I'm just not willing to give up my free time there, my vacation. So, Clay, did you get a time straightened out?
We have not. I know that week that he wants to do it, my mother-in-law is having a knee surgery, so I'm going to be up there, but I doubt I'm going to be able to come in. I don't know if we got to be up there overnight or how that's going to work, but I'll get a hold of Michael and see what day will work. If need be, we'll just have to maybe skip this month, but I'll get on there with him again. We'll see. It kind of depends on what works for him.
Brian Warner, he says that gal should just use a silencer on her mouth.
I tell you, it's
crusty. The one that says crusty.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. All right. So tell you what,
I haven't gotten it yet, but that's okay.
Okay, well, shit. Well, I guess when we get it, Clay, we'll get it. What do you got? What do you got going for us? Let's get into your, if you get into your AI.
I have it. I'm sure you text. I know you texted it to me too.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, well, we'll wait till it comes through here and we'll go with it. So yeah, so I have my main topic, and yes, this is on the AI stuff down in Florida. That's actually what kind of surprised me, honestly. So they're down there in Florida at the Volusia County School District. And what they're trying to do is use artificial intelligence. And I mean, okay, some people are embracing AI, right? I'm not a fan. I want to see where I'm not either.
I'm not either.
And I sure as hell don't want it to become something that's going to take us over. You know what I mean? But that's a whole, I don't want iRobot to come to life,
Right. I just watched that the other day again. I was like, yeah, this shit's happening right now.
It is. And this is not new. They've been experimenting with this for gun detection for a long time. And in all honesty, it's being used in a lot of places already. They use it out in California. It's being used in Chicago. They've been using it, and it gets better, I guess, if that's a good thing. But they're basically Daytona Beach Police Department. Yeah, smart. It's only as smart as the inputs. And that's what bothers me. It's like anything you see written by, quote, AI anymore, you can always tell the slant it has by whoever inputted the information so that AI could learn.
Yeah, but it's going to get self-aware. We saw that in Terminator, Clayton.
Yeah, well, we seen what happened. We had to go back in time and kill them. But anyway, we got all this happening, and it's really coming forth in gun detection. We saw the Daytona Police Department is actually using it, and that's where these guys got this idea, Volusia. The Volusia County Schools, they're adding it to their security system, AI-driven gun detection. What do you think that's costing them, by the way?
Boy, I didn't see that. I guess if I did, I missed it.
$150,000 for 3 years.
I'm not going to lie to you. That's probably a lot cheaper than I would have guessed.
Yeah, but does it work? You know, they claim it does, that there is some other problems with it. But anyway, we're going to go on with this. It's a Pennsylvania-based contractor. It provides software. It promises to detect guns using existing security cameras at nearly 70 school campuses already. The Volusia schools followed in the footsteps of the Daytona Police Department. They started using it earlier this year, about 24 cameras. Volusia County joined approximately 10 other schools in Florida to employ this software. And then J.T. Wilkins, he's the vice president of sales.
Mm-hmm.
He said that it's being used in 43 states by a variety of entities. And I talked about some. You got the Chicago Transport Authority, you got Modesto, California Police Department, Temple University, things like that.
I saw it was used. I can't remember if it was in Pennsylvania or somewhere. There was a school shooting, and it didn't work. They had it there, and it didn't detect it.
Imagine that, right?
Yeah. It made me think of that right away when you sent me that link, and I was like, I know I read about this somewhere.
Yeah, and it's not so. And my biggest fear is, for starters, I'm not a big fan of having any police departments having it. To be honest with you,
Mm-hmm.
it's if history has taught us anything, those that are in control of us, they use the power to abuse it. Right? They abuse the control. And I have a feeling that's where that'll go. What else are they going to use it for? I don't want to live in a police state, and we're so close to that. I don't like cameras as a whole to begin with. At least in several states, South Dakota being one of them, you cannot get a speeding ticket any longer from a camera at a stoplight. I'm glad that guy won that case. And a lot of people, he shouldn't be doing this, shouldn't be running a red light, shouldn't be speeding. Up yours, man, as far as I'm concerned, okay? Kiss my ass. You don't have the right to watch my every move. Plain and simple. But anyway, that's everyone knows.
I don't like the cameras and giving the tickets out for that shit either. I think that's
then you got to. So was it red? Was it yellow? They say, it's perfect. Bullshit. I can tell you right now, I've worked on plenty of things electronic. There's nothing perfect about an electronic device.
Yeah. I remember we used to always play Madden, and John Madden football, and I'd play wouldn't go, and I'd be like, Madden just freaking screwed me on that. My buddy's like, he didn't screw you. It's a computer. It doesn't fuck up. And I'm like, yeah, it does, dude.
Yes, it does. Yeah, computers always mess up. They're only as smart as the information fed.
I should ask him that now because he's a big conspiracy theory guy and all this. I should ask him. You still think Madden didn't freaking screw me out of plays on you, dude?
I can tell you this right now. Looking at what they were talking about here, you got Superintendent Carmen Balgoblin, I think is her name.
This is Goblin, Ball Goblin, Ball Gargling. Andrew Dice Clay, remember Ball Gargling? He's Ball Garglers.
If you've never experienced
Bernie
Dice,
Sanders.
If you get offended easily, don't ever listen to him. But anyway, she says it's a trailblazer of a school safety in Florida. She thinks it's great, and the Daytona Beach has been very successful with it. They've conducted thorough evaluations, and I mean, she just couldn't say enough about it. And you'd think that this thing has zero flaws, which isn't true. I'm gonna get to that. The author of this particular, he says, we've talked about Zero Eyes before. They got a particular certification that no one else has. Now, get this. I tried looking for this certification. I can't figure out what it is.
Yeah, it's just this one company and nobody else has it.
And you go look at it, and they don't say nothing on their website. It's kind of vague of what they do say. They do boast how they're the only people that are able to, supply this. Thing is, they do have hired lobbyists. So I went and checked that out. They do have lobbyists in just about every state, including North Dakota. They're trying to get it so that their certification is the only one that's going to be legal or approved in a state for AI gun detection. Imagine that. A company who wants sole monopoly over a gun detection system with artificial intelligence that I think the certification is something they created. Hey, get this certification, then you can use our software. That's what I think.
Well, that's another thing the movies taught us, Clay, back when movies were movies. When one company runs everything, that really gets you screwed over.
Yeah, I mean, RoboCop comes to mind. I mean, they tried to buy Detroit, right?
I'd buy that for $1.
But yeah, I mean, we can't trust that. We're starting to see that with so many of these big companies, and it's ruining everything. But hey, Axe, thanks for sending that. I'll get that sent to myself now, and then I can get that hopefully.
I texted you one too there, so
Gene Cox's Dice Man was edgy. He was funny though too. So I did a little more digging on this. I'm still, like I said, there's no system that's going to be 100% of anything. But I went and found a different little thing on this, that it was a local deal about this. They talked about their $150,000 and the operations. I did find this out. Zero Eyes' operation centers, where do you think they're located? They're not located. They are at least in the United States, technically. They got one in Honolulu and one in Philadelphia. The Philadelphia one makes sense because that's what they're based out of, is Pennsylvania. And they're ran and monitored by former military and law enforcement officers who work there, which all have firearms training. Okay, I have firearms training. Does that make me certified to be an operation system guy? I mean, then they go on to talk about, I love this. This is right from the Zero Eyes senior vice president. They know what a threat looks like. They know what a threat don't look like. They know what a gun looks like. I'm pretty sure I could do that too.
No, you couldn't, Clay.
I've kind of been around it,
Yeah.
You could probably do it.
I know what a gun looks like.
And my whatever. If you want to use former military, former law enforcement, that's fine. But I hate that when they use that as justification that our system is superb, because kiss my butt, man. I can tell you right now, you and I, with our knowledge of firearms, I'm pretty sure we know how to identify one. We surely know how to identify a threat, and we know when there's not one. I know I could do just as good a job, and I'd go up against them and not just blowing smoke.
I'm feeling confident I could.
Yes. So anyway, their job is they determine whether it's a gun. They determine. So what they admitted in this article is that AI detection, Zero Eyes will point something out, say, oh, there's a gun on the scene in the camera. These guys look at it and analyze it and determine whether it is. They even admitted that they cannot detect concealed carry firearms. Okay.
I mean, what good does it do you then?
Right. And then
I think something's pressing under the shirt against, you can see the outline.
Well, what I think is really interesting is that this guy who, talked about that, and he said that it, it cannot identify a concealed gun. And I don't know. I'm looking for it here. Oh, he goes, yeah, they look for different situations, non-emergency. But he goes, Zero Eyes cannot spot a weapon that's concealed or holstered, nor does it intend to infringe on anyone's lawful right to carry a weapon. But when the weapon is pulled from a concealed position or out of its holstered position, that's when it will detect it. But he says, you'd really have to have a pretty good reason to do that, and I don't see where that'd be a problem. Oh, I don't know. They're talking schools here. Well, we just had Wyoming get rid of gun-free zones, but they got to carry concealed. But they're using it, I found out, in Chicago near their parks, as well as in Daytona Beach and by their parks.
Working great, man.
And you can openly carry. So, all right, now you got a person that's openly carrying. Does that person in Honolulu or that person in Pennsylvania understand open carry laws such as South Dakota has? You don't have. I mean, so if I have one and their little camera does it, are they going to take that as a threat? Hell, I might have even unholstered it. I might have taken it out and showing my buddy. Does that make me a threat? This is the problem with this stuff.
I'm just thinking, come back at me when you got the total recall thing when he runs in there and he looks down and the gun's there.
Yeah. I mean,
since we're talking about Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like it. Basically, saying I'm guilty before I'm innocent. Because that's kind of what
it sounds totally flawed, and it's going to get false positives on shit. And at this point, for sure, you're better off just letting the teachers get armed and trained.
I think that is the best option. You know what? If we've proven anything that more guns, less crime, when there's more guns present, more people carrying, guess what happens? Crime goes down, shootings go down.
And by
It
more people
happens every
carrying, we're
time.
not talking about shithead gangbangers who don't know nothing,
talking legal
pointing at their
carry.
buddy holding the freaking iPhone with their fingers on the trigger and shit.
That's right. That's right. And I got a real problem with this AI stuff, and I don't think it's going to be a good deal. I just don't. But Brian Warner says, why the hell do we need AI to tell us it's a gun once it's pulled? Exactly. That was my thought. If it can't determine it concealed anyway, then what good does it do?
That's what I said. We need some total recall shit if we want to see it underneath the. He was carrying a Mexican carry too. Minority Report. Yeah, there's another one.
If you haven't seen Minority Report, that's good
evidence that you're going to carry one into the school.
No. Gene Cox, an armed society is a polite society. Absolutely.
Oh, Gene, whatever do you mean?
Hey, Gene. By the way, Gene, I might have to call you later. I talked to one of the guns or the Dakota Territory Gun Collector Association board members about a postcard that I got because I'm a life member and special meeting coming up and the big hoopla that's going on there. I'm thinking of attending that meeting in Aberdeen next week. I just think I want to be at that one. I don't like this idea that they're sending out proxy vote on a postcard. I think a person should be there.
I'd vote for Gene if I was a member.
Well, yeah, if we want to put him on, but this is to remove some people and even their membership. So it's kind of
Eric says we watch a lot of TV and AI is for cows.
AI is for cows.
Yeah. He ain't wrong on either one there.
No, yeah, you're right. Yeah. So yeah, Eric wouldn't know what Minority Report is. He don't even know. He had never seen half the movies we were watching in the Ice House. So I mean, go figure, right?
Yep.
He never had seen Lonesome Dove, and then he got bored watching it. What the hell,
man?
But I'm not a big fan of AI. I think it could be abused. I don't think it's.
It will be.
I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to have the results they think it's going to have. I don't see where. If I was on a school board, I'd never approve $150,000 to try it out. I don't know about you, but you're supposed to be a steward of the tax dollars that are collected, and you shouldn't be wasting it. I mean, would you take a $150,000 gamble? That's what you need to ask yourselves. Would I do that to see if something will work or won't work?
I'd be in the opposition, like I said, saying we're just going to stick with real shit. Hey, something in your hands, Clay, like a gun.
Something in your hands is valuable. Yeah.
Yeah, to quote my dad. Dougie says AI's for male Democrats.
Anyway, that's all I got on that. I'm not a big fan of it. I think that they're barking up the wrong tree here. I don't think the technology is advanced. I mean, when you read articles today that are being done by AI, because it says it on it, they're misspelled. The text is out of context. They're nowhere near being perfect. And by the way, if you're a writer for major news outlets or major, publications, maybe proofread that crap because it makes you sound like a moron too. Because they put their name by it. Written by and then it's AI generated.
Yep, like I have seen a bunch of bad. I mean, not that I'm an English scholar. I'm certainly not, but I can.
AI can't determine that. I just hate to think that we're going to trust it to go ahead and determine guns, and then let's see if we'll send the.
So just the school district to prove that it wasn't a statewide thing.
Correct, just a school district. Isn't a Florida.
I don't see Ronnie D getting on board with that.
I don't think he'd be for it either. I really don't. And if I was in that district, I'd have been at that school board meeting raising all kinds of hell. Honestly.
Should give him one, Clay. Did you guys detect this one?
Looks
like it didn't work.
Oh man, I can't tell you how many times I went someplace where guns ain't allowed in here. And really? I've been walking around with this one. What do you think of that?
I like that meme when the guy did the doctor and he goes, "How many guns do you have?" And he's on me.
On me. Yeah, well, I mean, I pretty much got at least one on myself, possibly two, and a knife. So I'm covered, John.
I mean, even when I'm at home, if I'm not carrying it home, there's one almost always within arm's reach.
I can't show it here because of CommieTube, but there's one right there.
Yep.
There's a few behind me too, but
yeah, this one definitely within my long baboon arm's reach right back there. So
you got yours. up there.
All right, Clay, 8:33. Should we hit our commercial? Come back and see if you can find that X link there for us.
I found it. So yeah, let's go ahead and do some thanking of our sponsors. We can't do it.
I'm looking forward to this.
And then we'll rip this guy apart.
I'm not gonna lie. There's gonna be some curse words coming out of me when we break this down.
This is a short break. This is our two main sponsors. So we'll be right back.
See you shortly.
Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake.
Make no mistake.
Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy, Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
All right, we are back, and guess what I have up here?
Oh boy, here we go. Get ready to get heated up, gun lovers.
And I think I need to bring this up. There we go. That's a little better. Go full screen.
As a combat veteran, he tries to get his bona fides in there.
That's just it too. Yeah, we'll talk.
Let's listen to this dipshit. All right, then we'll get it, Clayton.
Lifelong hunter and gun owner, I can tell you this provision has nothing at all to do with hearing protection, but it has everything to do with making money for a certain segment of the gun industry. If you're concerned about protecting hearing from gunfire, buy and use earplugs. I urge members to support these two amendments. As a combat veteran, a lifelong hunter and gun owner, I can tell you this provision has nothing at all to do with hearing protection, but it has everything to do with making money for a certain segment of the gun industry.
Yeah.
If you're concerned about protecting hearing from gunfire, buy and use earplugs. I urge members to
Can you
support
subsidize
these two
those?
amendments.
All right,
I guess that's it, right? Yeah. So you caught the gist of it there, yeah, Clay. So go ahead, you go first.
Earplugs. Okay.
What a dick move.
And I always love how I was a combat veteran. You know what? Don't insult combat veterans, you commie piece of shit. Okay.
Right.
Combat has Keith O'Donnell, who is a combat veteran. What a fag. And I'm telling you right now, this has nothing. In fact, they'd probably love it if it stayed restricted, in all honesty, because it is it is kind of giving them a
Yeah, they want to restrict it and make it $400. Remember?
No, I'm talking about the industry itself. For one, he says gun industry. Well, last time I knew, suppressors are an attachment for firearms. They're not the gun industry. They make a chunk of metal that suppresses sound. Okay, They are not silent like the movies show. They are not dangerous. In fact, you go to Europe, that's dumbass. They actually require you in Europe of all places, and in certain gun ranges on certain calibers to have a suppressor. I mean, this is just ludicrous. Does it completely protect your hearing? No. Neither do earplugs. There is always going to be a certain amount of sound getting through. But
Well, Clay, remember all the veterans from Afghanistan and Iraq, the combat veterans sued the U.S. government because they freaking lost their hearing with their government-approved goddamn earplugs.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the guy who should have been in combat for the French instead of the United States. If he was actually in combat, should have been.
Yeah. I like what Eric says. He goes, well, tap on Tim. He said he was a combat veteran too. So,
effing whatever. Exactly. Exactly.
Right.
I mean, was he in maybe he was in a combat zone and he said he was in combat. I don't trust Democrats when they say they were combat vets. I mean, they're starting with John Kerry, or not John Kerry. Who was the other? Yeah, he said he was. Remember, swift boated, punched his freaking boat to get the hell out of there and dump the guys who swim down the bottom of the river and grab his goddamn M16 off the bottom.
Yeah, and I like what Dougie says. He goes, "Guy is a definition of a FUD." The next statement out of his mouth would have been, "I support the Second Amendment." But
yeah, well, he was a hunter.
Oh,
he's a hunter.
That's another one. You know, I just don't understand why people need to have 30,000 rounds to shoot a deer. And as a hunter, I always love how they think that justifies their statement, even though it's ludicrous and stupid as it was with no factual basis. You know, it's just as a hunter, or as this, as that. You know what? I don't care. You know what?
Don't ever mistake being a hunter for being pro Second Amendment. I tell people that, like, oh, he's a hunter. Yeah, I'm not saying he's not, but don't automatically assume.
Just because somebody hunts does not make them pro Second Amendment. I'm not saying they're not, but it isn't a requisite. Okay?
Right. I've met so many FUDs on there. So Josie Milbrand says, guy in the back drinking Starbucks in a can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gene, howitzers don't have suppressors. Exactly, man. I'm still shocked to this day. Like the World War II veterans they had freaking stuffed cotton in their ears. How those guys weren't all deaf from shooting artillery.
A lot of them were. But
or grounds for that matter. I mean, wow.
I mean, I like my suppressor just for the simple fact that it's not as hard on my ears. It's pleasant to shoot.
I mean, buy some earplugs. That's it. That is an elitist dickhead comment right there. Buy some earplugs if you don't want to freaking get your ears.
As bad as old freaking Sleepy Joe going, get a shotgun.
Yeah,
double barrel.
Sure. Yeah, I put that old meme up there. It did pretty well for us, actually.
Yeah, I don't even know where I got that. Eric says, I love it. They're doing, I'm not a hunter. I'm a wildlife population control specialist. Love it. That sounds like a t-shirt.
By the way, one of my mag dumps is about deer hunting here coming up. So it's pretty good. If you don't like freaking wolves and you like deer hunting, you think, stick around. We'll get to it. But yeah, this guy, complete asshole. I'm a combat veteran. Bullshit.
He's a leftist communist, period.
I don't know. I think every guy I know I was in combat likes suppressors.
Yeah, I don't know too many people that don't like a suppressor. I mean,
I'm just saying, I was just running. I had like my friends and family members who were in combat, and I don't think any one of them just thinks you don't need a suppressor.
Yeah, suppressors are a nice tool. They shouldn't be regulated. They definitely shouldn't need a $200 tax stamp to purchase.
No.
So, yeah. No, I like that, Doug. He says, so we can cut off the muffler. We can all cut the muffler off our vehicles, and everyone should buy earplugs. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I turn in my catalytic converter for like a $2,000 gift card or something?
And we mentioned this last week about Maxim. That was a muffler company. I mean, there was other.
Yeah.
We did a whole segment on that too.
Because remember the Democrat we were talking about density? It was some military application or whatever, and it wasn't. They were selling it to civilians before. I mean, the first time he invented it in 1890, whatever, and then
the military did use them
right in World War I. But before that, civilians were using them.
Yes,
so.
They were around. Teddy Roosevelt was taking them on his hunts.
Yeah. Maxim didn't make it and go, these are strictly for the military.
And they weren't on center. They were off center. They were cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eric, I don't have a suppressor and I don't have earplugs and I also don't have good hearing.
Yeah.
Actually, Eric, I think you got selective hearing.
You're like my dad. Just let that ear hair grow in there, man.
There you go.
I mean, it literally does look like a potato. Remember when you were a kid? You dig the potatoes out of there.
Alrighty. Well, we should probably move on.
Yeah.
Which one you want? You want to do one? You want me to do one?
Who did the one before?
I don't remember.
All right, Clay. Tell you what. Bring up that one we were talking about, the wolves. Bring that one up. I'll do that one first. My other one's going to be first, but let's do this one.
So we got the old wolf one. All right, let me bring that up.
I was just going to.
That. There we go.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. So we're talking a little deer hunting. I mean, speaking of that, you got a week from today to get your deer app in. I suggest not going into 3B2 and applying for any buck tags in that unit.
I suggest that if you're looking to get an extra tag because it looks like there's a bunch of them, don't in 3F2.
Yeah.
Unless you know somebody down here or you already have access to land, don't apply if you have no access and you haven't even been out here. Don't do it. Okay.
Yep. Agreed.
Because you're not going to find anywhere. And the farther west you come in 3F2 and south, the deer get very, very sparse. I mean, we've got deer around here, but I guarantee you're not going to find a place to hunt.
Yes. And I mean, if you're looking at suppressors, speaking of that, before I get into this Wisconsin deer hunting thing, Axe and I just did that test with 22 cans. You can check that out on all of our platforms there. Yeah, it was fun. Axe's can had more volume, so it was quieter for sure. I mean, noticeable, but not like mine was loud. You just go check the video; it's pretty good if you haven't seen it yet. So he must be so. Yeah, the earplug in. You're right, Dion. The earplug industry probably cut him a check for $100,000. Right? Shit. Yeah. This. And like I said, if you didn't hear it. The veterans from Iraq and Afghanistan are suing. They did sue the U.S. government for the earplugs they issued them that sucked, and a bunch of them got freaking hearing loss and ringing ears the rest of their life.
They did, yeah. I actually know a couple.
What does Waylon say here, Clay? Get that one in there before
He says, that's for sure, Clay. No numbers at the farm, and we're talking about 3F2. Eric, though, Eric says, I'm applying for 3F2.
He wants that extra tag. So, I know Clay and probably most of our listeners would be fans of hunting wolves down, right? I mean, we didn't learn nothing from our ancestors. Wolves go out and kill shit for the fun of it. What was that one, Clay? Adam, go ahead and read that.
Go see Milbrand. He says North Dakota Game and Fish wants to eradicate the deer. 3F2. Been hunting there for 30 years and it's not good. And I think you're right. They did lower the number a little this year, but it was 1,200 and some, if I remember right in there. It's too many.
There's no freaking deer down there.
And I'm just going to tell
pockets
you right now. I didn't look to see because I don't think they've got it out there yet. But for the antelope season in 6A, I believe is our unit, if I remember right. Don't even ask. After they passed that law, and unfortunately, we're friends.
God damn it! I was going to apply down there too.
There are exceptions, but. As far as if you don't know me, if you've never been around here, don't ask. I mean, there is a few antelope around, but no. I mean, I figure on my place, I'd maybe let 2 or 3 go, but that's covered already. So, no. And with the whole 50%, if I don't get a gratis tag because of that 50% deal, fuck off, because I'm not letting anybody hunt.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of what Clay just said on landowners. So,
and that's what I'll tell people. Nope, sorry, don't care. You should have talked to Kelly. You should have pushed it. The backcountry homos freaking pushed that with Sean Cleary. And by the way, I'll give Game and Fish this. They were not in support of this. You got to give them credit where it's due.
Yeah, awesome. Good. Hey, and I will say Scott said he did have a kind of productive talk with their man there, Jeb. And I don't know if he's ever planning on coming on the Scott show again, but I hope he does. It'd be nice to have him come on there and talk a little outdoors with Scott. All right, Clay, throw that back up there.
It's an open invitation here. I doubt he'll ever come on. He might go on with you by yourself.
Yeah, Jeb, if you don't, hey, you're more than welcome to come on with me. Jeb,
you can come on. You're definitely welcome to come here. I'm not going to softball it. Don't think you're coming on here and you can give it right back. This is an open format here. So
right. All right. So Wisconsin, deer numbers and wolf hunting. A lot of the leftists will tell you, it's bullshit. The wolves don't do anything to deer numbers and elk. They don't. No, I mean, and there's numerous videos and other things out there. Wolves freaking hunt shit for the hell of it. They enjoy it. So, yeah. For those of you listening here on the podcast, in 2000, Wisconsin hunters harvested over 615,293 white-tailed deer. In 2023, the deer harvest is currently under 300,000, Clay. So we're less than half, right?
Wow.
Less than half. Why would that possibly be? They must have had some bad freaking EHD. Nah. Nah. In 248.
Think about it. Think about this, Jamie. Just, I'm not a mathematician, but that's a little over 13,000 deer a year decrease.
Mm-hmm.
13,000 decrease a year.
Massive number. That is a freaking lot. So 248 wolves in 2000 have grown over to 1,000 today, which is a 300% increase. The 2023 Wisconsin firearm season was the lowest on record. Statewide deer harvest was down nearly 20% in 1 year from 2022 to 2023. So let's go through this. From 2000 to 2008, Clay, 486,274 was the average deer harvest in Wisconsin. 2009 to 2023, 325,225 was the average. That's an average of 161,045, or 33% fewer deer harvested since 2008, when the wolf population exceeded 550. So the wolf population went way up. The deer population went way down. Not a freaking coincidence, man. And that is not a goddamn coincidence, no matter what the leftists will tell you.
Right, exactly. And
our ancestors hunted these things to damn near extinction for a reason, Clay.
Well, yeah, because they're an apex predator.
Yep.
And they don't kill just the sick. They don't kill just the old. They kill.
Remember, Clay, when we did the story with in Wyoming, when they were actually taking down freaking grizzly bears and shit?
Right. Well, and let's not forget, when they reintroduced them down there in Yellowstone, they did not have the prairie wolf. The prairie wolf was a completely different wolf that roamed these areas than what came out of Canada when they brought them big grays down. That's a fact, okay? Bigger, stronger, and they will.
You keep sending those down. We're going to fucking make you guys a 51st, yeah, man.
There you go. Lynette asked, and she had a good question. She goes, who released the wolves in Wisconsin? I'm not sure that they were released. I didn't go look at any of that. I mean, Minnesota's had timber wolves in it forever, and they're protected there as well. And they're really a big, leggy thing. I don't know if you've ever seen one.
Mm-hmm.
They're
not in person. I mean, at the zoo here I have.
Oh, I've seen them in person when they're up there.
With my hand, too.
And it's kind of spooky when they lick your hand. Did it taste like chicken? Anyway. But
Put my finger up.
I feel like when I was at SeaWorld in the penguin exhibit and I asked that poor gal and said, well, what do they taste like? Did she not find that funny? She was had this whole thing. And I was like, any questions? Like, yeah.
It's like tuna.
Like? Oh my God. I've never tried penguin before. She got pissed and left. She didn't even want to finish what she was doing.
Like prairie dogs,
like,
man.
You freaking, yeah. Anyway. So yeah, I don't know who released them. I would imagine if there was maybe there was, but it probably was Minnesota Timberwolves that they brought over there. No, not the basketball team. They have real wolves.
DiVincenzo.
And you go look at Colorado. I used to hunt Colorado. You could go buy an over-the-counter elk tag and go hunting, especially in that Walden area up above there in that Mount Zirkle wilderness area. Now you can't do that. I don't even know if they have over-the-counter tags anymore because they decimated elk herds. Colorado had some of the best mule deer hunting 30 years ago. Not anymore.
They don't let you kill Cliff Cougars either there.
Right.
And I'm not talking about hot old bitches who want the D.
Yeah. But yeah, the mountain lions and the wolves is just, they're predators. That's what they do. And everybody has seen videos and pictures of wolves when they're taking down moose. And then whether it's out in Colorado, whether it's out in Wyoming, they gang up on them, they take them down. And then I think they do go back to eat it, but they don't do it because they're hungry. Okay. They do it to kill. They like to kill. That's what
That
they
came
do.
from Hunter Nation on Facebook, X.
Hunter Nation. Yeah.
Uncle Ted, and I can't remember the other guy's name there.
Yeah, I couldn't remember it either. Yeah,
Keith something. Not Keith.
Warren,
no,
right?
not Keith Warren. Keith Warren
There.
probably has the same
Eric.
graph.
Eric, thank you. I thought they were. So all elk tags in Colorado now are lottery only.
Mhm.
And that's what you get.
Yeah.
You know,
It's just nature taking its way, Clay. It's just nature taking its way.
yeah. I mean, wolves and mountain lions, when not controlled, this is what happened. I mean, they're going to eat. They're going to kill. That's they're predators by definition.
Let's
they're
just say by
predators.
some chance I was walking around in Colorado with my gun and I saw a freaking cougar latch onto a 180-inch mule deer's neck. I'd blast that fucking cougar. I promise you I would.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Gene, there you go. That's what I said about 30 years ago.
Yep.
And late 90s, Colorado had some of the top-rated elk and mule deer
Yep.
hunting. They did. I used to go out there with my buddy Johnson, and it was fun. I mean, it was a lot of freaking work. I was a hell of a lot better shape then, but you could go out there and buy an elk tag over the counter and have
Now
some
the
fun.
best mule deer hunting's in 3F2 in North Dakota.
Yeah. It's not on this 3,200 acres. Anyway, actually, it probably is pretty good, but not anywhere else. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of wolves.
No.
I think that they're destructive. I think that we got rid of them for a reason, and they are not the wolves that we used to have here. Waylon, I love this one now. He goes, I'm a good shot to hit wolves in the gut and wander off. I love it, Waylon.
Perfect. Buzzards got to
No,
eat too,
we
same as worms.
That's right. That's right. Oh, this has got to be good. Let's see. I used to go after cougars all the time.
I love it. There you go. Barely. I like it.
Oh, all right. Well, I have a Magnum. I think I'm going to do this one. I just want to do this one. I'll tell you what, we're at the top of the hour. I'll do this Magnum, then we'll take a break. But because I want to play this video, I think it's just so cool. So we're going to play this video first, and then we'll talk about it. I think that's the way to do that. Because this is kind of cool.
It does look cool.
Oh, I think it'd be a lot of fun.
I mean, bullpups suck. I wish they'd have a cool looking rifle. But
Chinese manufacturer showcased a brand new electromagnetic gun design on TV. Clearly, this gun is a lot more sophisticated compared with a few similar small arms in the US. It has a maximum firing rate of thousands of rounds per minute, far exceeding the traditional rifle's rate of 700 to 800. This bullpup gun uses coins as bullets. It is totally legal because there is no gunpowder, and the output power is limited. The gun uses a lithium-ion battery that can continuously fire for hundreds of rounds before requires recharge. The charging time is relatively short, and temperature has a minimal effect on the battery's performance. The gun uses a 9-stage coil to accelerate the bullet, with the coil's driving circuit located at the back of the coil. The gun also features an internal lithium battery for the essential operations, such as display. To make the gun more comfortable to use, it adopts the bullpup layout. The weight is evenly distributed by placing the battery in the middle of the launcher. The gun's firing mode and power buttons are located at the front of pistol grip, making them easy to access and switch between. A display screen is located at the top of the launcher, providing the operator with an easier view of all the key numbers. Finally, a long Picatinny rail is fixed at the top of the gun, allowing the operator to install different sights and aiming devices. As for the choice of the bullets, coin-shaped bullets are chosen over the traditional bullet design.
Look at that.
Traditional bullets have a pointed head, which can cause severe damage to targets. As a non-lethal gun, this gun is opted not to use these types of bullets to limit its impact result. Furthermore, using smooth, rounded bullets has several advantages.
I wouldn't want to get hit
Firstly,
by that.
the bullet's trajectory is not highly concentrated, resulting in multiple points of impact and better chance to hit moving target at the range the gun is designed for. And coins are easier to manufacture and more affordable than traditional bullets. The video showed off the highly anticipated live fire test. In preparation for this, the crew gathered 3mm thick wooden boards, cola bottles, beer bottles, watermelon, and a few more items. Interestingly, the gun has dual magazine design, allows shooter to switch to the other magazine after the first magazine is emptied. The impact of this gun is remarkable, considering it is limited to be below legal standard. It completely shattered a few types targets. For example, the
Flip
wood
that
board is
bitch to
fully
rock
penetrated.
and roll and hang on. Oh, there you go. Now he's
The
ripping it
test
up.
shows the true power of the electromagnetic gun. During this process, the gun's noise is minimal, as well as muzzle flash,
There we
smoke,
go.
or
Now watch
recoil.
this. It took 2 out.
Indeed, this is a unique
'Cause
weapon
I suppose
maximizing the benefits
you'll
of an
split the water.
electromagnetic
That's
launching
alcohol abuse,
platform,
Clayton.
a promising direction for future weapons development.
Suck it.
Oh, and you can take a melon apart
Thanks
a
for
little
watching.
bit
Well,
there.
that-
Please
that's
click
your
like,
favorite thing to
subscribe,
shoot.
share,
Oh, I
and
love
comment.
shooting one. They're
Thank
too
you.
expensive now. So how far does it go? I mean, what's
I don't
can
know.
I shoot a prairie dog at 200?
I couldn't really.
I think that coin would start getting wavy and shit.
I don't think it is a distance gun. I really don't. I don't see.
I
how
mean,
it
you want
could
to
be.
clear some rooms, I'll put that thing on full auto and
I kind of was looking at it.
gyro jet. Yeah,
That's-
Brandon Herrera did that one.
I don't know. I mean, I was trying to find how far it might go. They claim it can be. Get this. They claim when you switch, you flip a fun switch on to 3,000 rounds a minute. Now, that gun
damn.
didn't look like it would, but you know what? That's what they're claiming. They had another one that they developed in 2023, and it was a coil gun. It was the CSLW-21.
So by coil, what do they mean? What accelerates this thing?
Well, they say it's an electromagnetic coil.
So like reverse magnets, every coil has a magnet and it makes the son of a bitch speed up.
I'll be honest, Jamie, I don't know. I didn't look that hard into it. And really, there's not a ton of information out there, but it's got to have something that projects it. It's sitting this way. So I really don't know if it's some kind of a deal that's electronically, it pulls back and pops. I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking it is. Maybe that's what them coils are. Maybe maybe it's a metal piece that the magnet pulls back and then releases. I mean, that's what I'm guessing. Why it's called the electromagnetic, but I don't know.
I got a text from an MVE, just so you know, I agree with it 100%. I can't read that one.
Oh man, the Chinese battery dies halfway through the mag.
Yeah, the lithium. They don't have the lithiums. They got the old schools.
So I found it pretty cool. They're claiming that it surpasses the AK-47. They say it can be used as crowd control all the way to militarization with an adjustable lethality, making it ideal for covert missions. So, is it good for the battlefield? I don't know. I think it's a very untested firearm, or I don't know. Is it a firearm? I mean, it doesn't.
It is to the Dougie said that illegal for Chinese citizens. No, I guarantee you they're not going to let them own it.
I mean, and this is why I kind of brought this up. So, and I kind of like what this author said too about that.
I agree with you. I read it and I've thought that for years.
So, is this outside of the ATF's reach? Is it a gun, as defined by what the ATF thinks a gun is? It's really kind of a.
I was thinking the one where they said when technology advances and they said if it's in common use, you can't ban it. I thought that when they said that in Heller, that was a stupid thing to say because they're like, common use is not common use. You don't have common use. And we got laser guns. You guys are fucked.
Well, that's when you get to Bruin too, because that's historical use. And I don't know. It's a cool gun. Okay. It's a cool invention. I don't know how accurate it is. Is it viable? Is it gonna? Would it be a good self-defense?
I think it would. I mean, what Clint Eastwood say in that movie when he shot that guy, best buck 30 I ever spent or whatever, when he had them dimes in his shotgun shell.
Yeah, Billy the Kid when he's playing Billy the Kid. Yeah, and I can't think of it now.
Young Guns.
Young Gun. I think it was Young Guns.
Yeah.
But. So, and I look at this and they say, oh, well, that's new technology. So then my answer to that would be, though, is okay, air guns, although have been around a long time.
Louis and Clark out one, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that they've been common use. So, and they're not regulated to this day.
I mean, air guns now are in common use, so.
They are now, but they weren't. Like I said, I don't know. It'd be an interesting argument, but I do agree. When they started talking historical use and defining the Second Amendment that way, we talked about that on the show, that this could lead to problems also. I do like the Bruin decision, but I think it set a precedent that eventually a Democrat is going to.
Oh, they'll twist some goddamn shit around them.
And that's what they're going to say.
Freaking worms.
I do argue that our founders they said that it's that it's a necessity. It's necessary for the security of free state. To me, it's no different than freedom of speech. There is no limit.
I think it should have been the First
changes with the
Amendment,
times.
actually.
What's that?
It should have been the First Amendment.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see it as the first, wouldn't it? But I guess it protects the first.
18 wheels here, Clay. He says, I mean, in all fairness, the AK-47 isn't much of a standard to me.
Well,
so playing off that and what they said about the AK, remember we were on Bell Show and we were talking about that XM7, a 277 Fury, and the new SIG. They just had a big thing, and I watched it tonight. I can't remember what YouTube channel it was, but the military is just freaking slapping this thing down. Here's what they're going to have to do. That ammo that I tested, Clay, I can't remember what it was, but it was way faster.
Yeah, I forget it, but I don't see it replacing. I really don't.
No, as far as I'm saying, what they're going to end up doing is using this better ammo. It's lighter, and it's way faster and lethal out at farther ranges. They're going to end up using that, which is smart. Pete Higgs even said this XM7's not. I mean, it sounded in this video I watched like he was like not. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the AR. I've said that for years. Just freaking figure out different ammo, which they did, right. and now.
I mean, I like every new gun. I mean, it's fun to try out new guns, new calibers, new guns. Would I own them all? No. Are some of them a failure? Yes, we've seen that over time. This electromagnetic one. Do you remember when Remington came out and they had that electronic primer? Yeah, that didn't go far.
Yeah, they made skis with those too. I remember that the K2s, that electro damper in them.
Cool invention? Yeah. I think it would be interesting to see where it would fall as far as how would it be regulated? Because that battle would come.
Save that electronic shit for the Terminators, the T-1000s.
Yeah. You know what? Bring me the laser gun. I'm still waiting, damn it. All the movies said I'd have one by now, and I don't.
Yeah.
So I want the laser gun. Doug did I like what he said here. He goes, without a twist, I don't know how it could be accurate. I don't either. It's just shooting a disc.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, someone said something about, we've had this since we were kids. Right here. Yeah, I had one of those when I was 18 years old. We called it a potato gun. There you go, where it just launched.
Yep.
Yeah. I built one myself. But I can remember those little disc things we had in it.
Yeah, them little guns. That's why it kind of went like this, because they'll fly funny.
And they were fun and they were cool. And there you had I guess you could call it accuracy to some point that a small distance.
Practical,
but it was fun to shoot at your buddies, That's what I did with it. We had, we shoot each other with it.
Fun. For sure. Yeah, 18 wheels, it does a 6-shooter. The 277 Fury is a perfect example of the military-industrial complex wasting taxpayers.
Yes.
Hunter, I couldn't agree with you more on that, man. You're 100% right in my opinion. Yep. I know when Clay and I first seen it, and Mike was kind of excited about it. We wanted to show, and Clay and I were like, nah, man, ain't happening. It ain't.
Yeah,
it was super heavy, low round. I mean, if you want to use it as like a designated sniper round or something, because it's faster and flat, but I mean, doing that with all that extra gunpowder and all the extra weight of the gun and the ammo, and I mean, it weighs like freaking 12 pounds, man.
Right. That was kind of one of the biggest things that a bunch of guys who were trying it did not like it.
It's a freaking tank, man.
I mean, will it turn into something else that might be applicable in the hunting world or civilian world? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it might get a little cold.
Nobody hunts with an AR-15, Clay.
Yeah. Okay, Brian says they've been regulating a pipe with baffles suppressor since 1934. I don't think that they won't regulate a gun that shoots quarters. Exactly. We all know it. And then that article they talked about it. Yeah, Democrats are they're there to unarm us. And you're right. A Democrat especially. And don't think we're safe just with the Republicans. There's a lot of Republicans that would sit there. That is common sense. They will do it. And I'm not saying they're conservative.
I don't know about a lot. I mean, there's a handful of them,
but one's too many.
Agreed. I'm just saying it's an entire Democrat party versus.
I mean, read the Democrat platform.
What's their name? Versus Murkowski and a couple other shitheads. So
yeah, Collins.
And Murkowski is a shit. She's the worst. So
yes, and it's funny where she's at. Gene, love your way of thinking, Gene. Oh, wait, Well, that goes way back. Holy cow. That just came through on Kick. I take
Yep.
that. Look, I guess they're a
There's-
little delayed over there on Kick.
It's like a musket, man.
Yeah. Watch it. Boom!
All right, Clay, you want to hit that ad and come back?
I do. We're going to take the big one, and we'll be
Tyler,
right
here's what we're
back.
going to hit when we come back. I'll give you a little teaser here. We're going to go with the top 10 gun manufacturers by volume in descending order. So,
And there's one that joined the list again. So there you go.
yep. Turns out I got some of their products. So,
All right. We'll
Yeah.
see you here in about 4.
Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck, Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake.
Make no mistake.
Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope, chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy, Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
Looking for the best gun gear for every and any situation? Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
At Horton Lasercraft, we believe in the power of personalization. Whether it's a cherished memory, a special occasion, or a unique gift, our custom laser engraving brings your vision to life. Our expert craftsmen and state-of-the-art technology ensure every piece is a work of art. From personalized decor to one-of-a-kind keepsakes, Horton Lasercraft makes every moment unforgettable. Horton Lasercraft is owned and operated by a local veteran and his wife located near Thunderhawk, South Dakota. They provide custom laser products at a reasonable price, and their turnaround time is fast and efficient.
Custom board cutting, glassware, decanter sets, mugs, assorted stainless steel jewelry, assorted tags, decor, custom acrylic nightlights, and much, much more.
Call them up at 605-545-7535. Horton Lasercraft, where memories are engraved.
All right, we are back again. Thanks to all our great sponsors. We can't stay on the air without them, and we love the support them. And I'm telling you, those, if you're watching, every one of them guys has something. I know all of you need a gun, some engraving. Maybe you need a good tumbler. By the way, so we're locked out of our website right now. We don't know why. I can't do anything to it. It's why
Fucking AI.
Yeah, probably. That. I know that the gal who works with us on that, she's working on it. Hopefully it gets solved soon, because I'd like to get this stuff at it. If anybody's interested in that, let me know. You can go ahead and email me, guns@gunsinthe701.com. We can get you set up on these. I've got some. I can give them to Bismarck pretty easy. They're kind of cool. They're $30, I know, but this is.
I'm waiting to drink my coffee out of there, man.
I know. God dang, I tell you. Axe, you're getting one for free because, well, you've been a long time sponsor. So I'm having one made that's putting your logo on the back of it too.
Nice.
There we go.
Nice. And by the way, Clay, if you're listening, don't forget to hit that like button. We got to break that algorithm's ass. Do it.
Like, if you're on YouTube, subscribe and go ahead and then send that link to other ones. If you're on any of the social media platforms, like it, subscribe, share it.
Yeah. If you're feeling extra generous for the guns in the 701 boys, go ahead and share that.
There you go. And I did notice something that we've gained quite a few subs on YouTube. Actually, everything all of a sudden gained a bunch. And I noticed also that the monetizing or whatever that it seems like it's picking up, because there's different ads coming on our YouTube stuff now, which is fine, because I did open it up for some other ones, and that'll probably help as well. So, Dave, good evening.
Evening, Dave.
I know he wasn't out at the 2A deal either, because he was at a competition, if I remember it, or is that this weekend? I don't remember.
So I know we had some people saw the video and commented they saw the post. We got the post in the ground out there at Axis for the sign, and some people were beeping and honking when we were up there. So I think Saturday we're gonna have it up. I think we're gonna have it up. So, I mean, don't expect like some Newman signs or something, but it's gonna be our website. But you're gonna see that baby up there on the hill, loud and proud on Axis Place. So
probably we gotta get the website going, because there's gonna be a ton of traffic now.
Yeah, I'm gonna break that shit. Thousands of people are gonna see it today, whether they go there or not, Clay.
So just go ahead and, like I said, hit like, subscribe, and we actually have a membership at YouTube now, and we're working on. It's a good way to support us. For they're all the way down like what, $3 a month, $2.99 a month. It's just a good way if you wanted to.
What good is that going to do? Trust me.
Well, when we get this established more, we might do some extra lives that are going to be just for members only, different things like that. And
Clay's going to have his G-string on and shit.
I want people to subscribe, not leave.
not unsubscribe.
So it'll be kind of some of the cool thing. Like, we've had the 701 rifles built. Well, we might actually would go, like an example, a guy could go down to Jacobs if we're having something done, and video that and show you a different process. Maybe show you some of the behind the scenes stuff. I'm telling you, sometimes our behind the scenes stuff when we're not on and we're getting ready for show, we'll record a little of that and go live just for the members, because that's kind of
just
fun.
Only guns. Yeah, there you go. Accent only. We have an only guns account.
There you go.
Yeah, by the way, you go on. You can check out our Facebook page. Jake reconditioned my grandfather's revolver.
Sweet, by the way.
Yeah, did lasered his name on there, and my daughter's. It's her favorite pistol, so that's gonna be her. She was jacked up when I showed it to her. She was like, "Wow!" I was just gonna have him do it straight black, and then he texted me, and I was at the farm this weekend. He's like, "Screw your straight black. I'm gonna pimp this thing out a little bit." And then I seen it, and I was freaking super great, awesome coating job on it, Jake. Nice work, buddy. I mean, if you got a gun, if it's your own, or if it's graduates or just your son or daughters, you want their name on it or something, take it down there.
Hey, I got to tell you, I just got an email from Heather. That's the gal working. She goes, "I think I finally got it figured out." She says, "Give it a try. I just did it. Guess what? We have access."
Awesome.
So there we go.
Nice work, Heather. Appreciate you.
Yes. I don't know if she's listening. Must be listening. Heather, hi. It sounds like you're listening. So awesome.
All right, Clayton. Should we go get my second mag dump here? I like doing like top 5s, top 3s, I mean, if you've been listening, you know that I like that kind of shit. So
As long as, well, go ahead.
Here are the top 10 gun manufacturers by volume in descending order, like I said, based on the most recently information they had. Here's a 2023 annual.
On your mind. It's on your mind.
Same, yeah. It's always on this. I got my mind on my 223, my
223, 308, and 6. That's what's on your mind. Yeah.
6 speed. So they released the 2023 annual firearms manufacturing and exportation report from the BATFE. You know, our buddies who we're turning them our way, hopefully. Familiar brands remain unchanged in the top 4 when compared with 2022 results. Because I've never seen this before. Mm-hmm. But other positions were swapped and one brand rejoined the list. Figures below reflect total volume produced in 2023, followed by the company's change from its 2022 position in the ranking, which I will tell you. Number 1, Clay. You saw the list. I can't ask you what you. So what would you? Let me just ask you what you thought number 1 was going to be.
Well, I really thought, honestly, I really thought it was going to be Palmetto State because they advertise so much. I mean, that's what I thought it would be. But it doesn't surprise me what it is.
Yeah, so I thought it was going to be SIG, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But number 1, coming into number 1, Ruger Firearms. 1,305,615. Where were they the year before? Same spot. They were number 1.
And it makes a good one. I'm telling you, I got a ton of Ruger revolvers.
For the Ruger American for the price, and I'm not just singling that out, but it seems to me that's like their big stuff. But I mean, their handguns, and we'll break it down here. It breaks it down by handgun sales, and that we'll do that. But Axe has that. Like I said, we were talking about that 22 test. Axe has the 1045 light. He did that, and a super pistol. I love that Ruger pistol.
Oh yeah.
So number 2, Sig Sauer, 1,020,755. Same spot they were the year before. They're coming in at 3. Man, this is God. I love these guys too, big time. Smith & Wesson. 991,847. Same spot they were the year before. Coming in at 4, Savage Arms. I was actually surprised, Clay. I didn't think Savage was still up this high.
I didn't either. I mean, they still have the Access and Access 2, so I suppose that's what pushes that a little bit. But yeah.
Which are outstanding guns. They started making handguns now too and shit, so... anyway,
I've seen that. Might have to get
they didn't move. That's what they were the year before. Coming in at 5 here, where Clayton was talking about Palmetto State Armory, 581,742, so over $500,000 plus 1. They bumped that ass up 1 spot from the year before.
And I really thought they'd be higher than that. I mean, they're always pushing stuff, and I guess if you lumped in all the sales with parts and everything, maybe they would be up there. But
right, I bet if you put in there, they're just they have to be. So number 6, Henry Repeating Arms, kind of surprised me as well here, Clay. 411,786. They moved up 3 spots from the year before, actually.
It didn't surprise me, even though they've had a few new things out in the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. It hasn't been significant. Let's face it. Their biggest sales on rifles or their new thing was back when the big boys come out.
The lever action 223, and I mean that thing's.
They did the blued versions of those. They sold, but not like that was probably their biggest release with their biggest success. I would have to say, not that they're making bad guns.
Right,
I'm just saying that was.
Yeah, we did a thing on the revolvers too, if you remember.
Yep. Yeah, and they're good revolvers.
Yeah, they are sweet. I would love to try one out. So coming in at 7, Mossberg, 397,922. They moved up 1 spot, right?
Yep.
Mostly, in my opinion, mostly from shotgun sales. Probably.
I'm sure it was entry-level shotgun. I mean, that's what they are.
Yep. Number 8, Glock. Which, man, if they made rifles, right? They would probably move. Just on handguns, 345,119. They actually dropped 1 spot. Mossberg.
It's a lot of handguns, but yeah.
Man, yeah. And number 9 here, this is when we talked about that. These guys jumped up 8 spots. Anderson, and I will tell you, the lowers on Clay's 701 rifle, the minor Andersons, I built an Anderson. I have no Anderson Manufacturing makes good shit. I don't give. That's a poverty pony. Maybe it's cheap, but some bitches work and they work good. So Anderson Manufacturing, 337,658. And like I said, they jumped up 8 spots into number 9. And they make the pistols now too. Yeah. And, they got the 308s, the 223s. And like Clay said, if you added in all the parts and shit they make too,
it'd be,
Yep. So number 10 here, round out the top 10, Clay, Springfield Armory, 308,040. They dropped 5 spots. God damn, that's a big drop, man.
And I don't know what the deal, you look at Glock and Springfield on here, okay? They both make a similar,
Right. Agreed. Same thing, different name, basically.
But I have noticed that, Smith makes one too. Smith has, their M&P series. And
of which I have.
Well, and I was just going to say, most people I know, they prefer the Smith over both Glock and Springfield.
I do.
Springfield.
That's why I bought it.
I do like my Springfield. I've got that 40, and I think it's a fantastic firearm. I've also got a Glock and a 40.
40.
Yeah. I mean, I've got other calibers too, but my favorite.
I like your 10mm Glock.
Oh my gosh!
Wait and shoot that again, by the way.
But I'm telling you right now, my favorite out of those three, which I would consider they're the 3 polymers that most people would go to anymore, and I like the Springfield. It just fits my hand, and better than the Smith, and better than a Glock. I'm not a Glock fan, even though I own several Glocks. It's just I'm not the biggest Glock fan.
I like Glocks. I'm just not, I don't. Some people just worship. I mean, they're nice. I don't.
They're nice.
Why don't you get to some of these comments here, Clay, and then.
Yeah, we can do that.
I think you start down with Eric Glauser down there.
Yeah, he said, "Hey, I saw your revolver on Facebook and it looks great. Hey, by the way, guess what? I went and grabbed."
There it is. Yeah, there you go, Clayton. Look at that.
Turned out great.
Yeah, real good. Yeah, he put that little laser in there right behind the trigger there and made the hammer and the trigger gold. The top of the barrels, like I said, it's got my grandfather's name on it and my daughter's. And both sides of that thing look freaking awesome, man. Jake, nice job. And
did a great job. Our sponsor there down there, Bloodline. So
you bet. Take her down there.
Go down and see him. So yeah, look, we got. Let me bring this back up now. 18 wheels. Yep, Ruger for the win.
Woo!
Really good stuff. I'll be willing to bet that SIG will drop by next year. Could be.
They're gonna, but I don't know. I think he might be. I see what he did there because the drop on the SIG.
I know.
Yeah, Doug said that. Don't say drop around.
Don't say drop. Yeah.
If
you don't know, you don't know.
And I mean, I like the SIG P365. I've shot that. I in fact did a review on one probably last summer at some point.
It didn't go off, did it?
No, only when I pulled the trigger. Yeah. And some bitch hit right where I was aiming usually. And Axe has one, and Axe shoots that thing like I would not want to be on the wrong end of him shooting his SIG.
If you don't know what we're talking about, that was the issue. Supposedly they would go off. You dropped them.
Not even anymore. They're just saying they're just boom. They're going off.
So I don't know.
And I mean, there's some videos that they're questionable. I watch them. I'm like, are they going off or did they?
Right. Like I said, I know you guys had one. I don't own one. I've shot them. I've never had any issues.
I mean, I'm just not going to steer me away from. I'm a Smith & Wesson guy. I like Rugers and Smith.
Yep. So, and I ain't gonna lie, I do like my Smith. Out of Springfield, Smith, and Glock, I like my Springfield and I have my Smith and Glock.
Yep.
I don't know why I have all them Glocks.
Smith & Wesson's they're into the rifle stuff too. So and they do make they make damn fine AR-15s too.
Yes, they do. And they entered that market. I can remember when the old CEO and Ron was out here. They were talking about doing that, and he had showed us the prototype of one. We couldn't take no pictures of it. They had it even way back then. And but he says, we're not ready. He goes, I know they want us to go, but he said, we're not ready. We're not ready. He says, the market's saturated, and when we do it, we want it to be good. And they did. They did good.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, on our Coyote Steel Challenge, I actually think our buddy Jake Polkerbeck won that with a 6.5 Creed, and that was a Smith & Wesson AR.
Yeah, they make
So,
good.
yeah.
They make a good.
Yeah,
they make a
yeah,
good
and he shot well in the other ones too with it. So
Eric says I have carried a P320 on duty and as an EDC since 2008 with zero problems. There you go. There you go.
yeah, I would not be worried about him.
DJ, hey Doug, I haven't seen you on here for a while, DJ. I think you were back.
Yeah, he's been around. He's been on here.
Got a 365 macro. It's my concealed carry. There you go. There you go.
So what's
By the way,
what's
DJ, probably a couple, maybe 2 to 3 weeks, I might be down there in your neck of the woods if you're around. We'll have to get together. So,
all right, Clay. I'm gonna go through the rest of this list and read a little bit more here. We got some other numbers for you guys. Anderson, as Clay and I were saying, is the only other company on the list compiled by Orchid Advisors that did not rank in the top 10 the year before. It is, however, familiar terrain for the firm. In 2021, it was number 6 with 505,625 guns rolled out of its Kentucky factory. Interestingly, Anderson more than doubled its production in 2023, 337,658 compared to 157,264 firearms. And Anderson started making pistols too. I can't remember the name of it, but they started making pistols too. But I mean, that might be part of that too. So when most of the industry cautiously scaled back is when they said, you know what, we're going up. In 2023, U.S. firearm production declined by 13% to 9.8 million units, down from 11.2 million units in 2022, the Orchid Advisor report explains. Production declined for the second consecutive year following the peak of 13.8 million in 2021, driven by COVID and social unrest, right? Everybody was in freaking bullshit lockdown and George Floyd's boys were wrecking everything, and the Antifa pieces of shit, little scrawny Antifa pussies. What? Yeah. I'll come get you, JD. Give her a go, dudes. Give it a go.
Give it a go. Let's give it a whirl. Kind of like that
stick man, you freaking
threatened me when I was an NRA rep.
Yeah.
So I told him, I'll give you directions. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. I dealt with these assholes and they came down Main Street and they were going to wreck everything. I've talked about that before. You guys are fucking losers. I seen her out threatening women with holding little babies in Washington. You guys are chicken shit pussies is what you are. So Aero Precision, which ranked number 11 in 2023, also increased the number of firearms are made, up from 2022's total of 202,265 to 228,934. 4 companies entered the top 30 ranks in 2023. Wilson Combat, Staccato, North American Arms, which, Dad, you got one of those in your hand, right? You can feel that in your hand.
That's right.
Courtesy of Clay Peterson. And Browning Firearms. I didn't know Browning was down that far.
I didn't either. Well, what have they really done lately, honestly?
Yeah, but I thought, I always think like Brownings and Winchesters are the same thing, right? Not really?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, I have a few Brownings. I actually like my Buckmark 22 is the best.
Oh, Buckmarks kick ass, man.
I mean, they're a durable handgun. They're nice in the hand, and I've got 3.
I've never seen one that doesn't shoot freaking awesome either. So
I got that nickel plated one that I love.
Pimp,
yeah. Pimp gun, yeah.
All right, so last one here, Clay, and then we can move on. Overall, the total number of pistols produced in 2023 was 3,939,518. Yes. The revolver total came in at 805.54. So semi-autos absolutely just nut stomped freaking revolvers.
Not surprising.
Right. Rifle totals were 3,119,376, and shotties 602,782 respectively. So rifles buried the shit out of shotguns too.
Shotguns were dead last, and I want to reiterate to all of you that were volunteers once that said shotguns suck and don't make no money at events. There's proof.
Yeah. Damn, it feels good to be vindicated, don't it, Clayton?
Yeah, I knew I was right, but I knew what the numbers were in our bank. Not that I don't. I mean, I like shotguns, but let's just face it, they're not a raffle gun. They're just not.
I agreed, man. I mean, even when you got like when I did the ATF raffle and we had that. In fact, that's when I met Eric Glauser. Eric came there, and I was doing that at the Eagles over here. You look, I thought Chris Kyle was walking up to me, and I was like, "Holy shit, Chris Kyle's here!"
That. Yeah, he would look. Yeah,
yeah, big old beefy sucker with that big beard. I'm like, "Well, we got that Chris Kyle thing going." And yeah, but yeah, I had it was that. I think it was a Kel-Tec KSG. Cool thing, cool shotgun for sure. But
awesome. Yeah, I don't
know when I see people. I never shot them. When I see people shoot it, even big guys, that thing looks like it just mule kicks the shit out of you.
Shoot, but yeah. Now as far as making money, it was very reasonably priced to us, so we did well on them. But
yeah, you got a deal. Your gun nuts.
I mean, I used to catch so much. How come we don't have a Remington 870 on there? Because everybody in the dog has one, and they're not going to buy more than.
Go get one of those in a freaking hockey raffle or something.
Yeah, I mean, I have my share of shotguns, but
yeah, nothing against the 870. I like it, but I mean,
yeah, how many different shotgun gauges do you buy? It's not like a rifle where you try different calibers. I mean, I mean, it's more like Doug's dating world. It was probably 4 or 5. Rather than most of us who had to do it.
Just nutsacked him.
He's sitting there going, "You son of a bitch!"
I mean, rifle calibers. I mean, I'm lame as shit, man. I got the 223 and 6.5 Creed pretty much.
I got a few. By the way,
I saw that.
I have a 308.
I saw that.
That's a 308. That's that Scout. I think is what they called it.
Dougie has one. We shot it. I do enjoy that. The Ruger. I do. What I am intrigued with, like, I hate that I'm getting drawn in, but it's like the old A-team Mini 14 with the folding stock, and I think Lauer was shooting that thing with a can. I was like, damn, I like that.
Hey, I have a Kel-Tec KSG next to the bed.
Yeah, shit, he probably won that when I was doing the ATF raffle.
There's my Mini right there. That's my Mini 14.
yeah.
I got an LR 308, Smith & Wesson MP 22.
Best 22 semi-auto.
Yeah, 701 pimp gun. Got the that's the M1 right there, man. And
I thought that was an umbrella or something.
No, it's got actual gear that came with it that would have went with the gun when
to keep it covered from the elements and shit. All right,
it holds mags. It's like a
mag. I thought it was like the thing they were busting.
It holds clips, real clips that would be loaded. Yeah. Then there's my Mosin.
Clip loads a mag loads a rifle. If anybody did,
I'm on. You know what? I moved on from guns. Now I'm into old vehicles.
Yeah, pretty soon Clay, I have like 3 of them sitting behind him. I had to sell them to buy car parts, man.
Yeah, boy, that's an expensive habit. I thought guns were bad. Anyway, so yeah, no, I was kind of surprised though that Springfield was down there so far. It really was.
Yeah, a couple of them kind of. I mean, a few on the top and a few on the bottom. Yeah, it was. But I mean, that's how it goes, man. I'm looking for
the total number of guns is just outstanding. I mean, look at them numbers.
Million every month selling, baby. Still.
You got almost 4.
I mean, I'm looking for next year the Bloodline Kinetics with their own upper and lowers on there to get on the.
There you go. Because he said he's going to have that, right?
Yeah, he's got them, man. He's got them. We had him on here and I showed him, but I mean, it's he's getting the barrels in now. So once they're in, and they're badass.
Tell you what, let's do one more mag dump.
Yep, get it. And then
we'll take a quick break and then come back with our happy chronicle.
Happy ending.
All right. So my mag dump is, of course, AETF. But this is a good thing. Now, we all know that under the Biden regime, now you have both hobbies, Doug says. Yeah, no kidding. Good thing I know a good mechanic.
Clay's like Bo Jackson. Another day, another hobby.
That's about right. God dang it. Except he makes way more than I did.
First goes the guns. Next thing you know, be a liberal.
No, because I like them big blocks and then lots of gas guzzle.
So, by the way, before you get into your next thing, Clay, GM invested. They're like reinvested in V8s, kick-ass V8s with more power and more. They're lowering the freaking electric car shit. Leave that to Elon. Leave the electric shit to Elon. They're going back to V8s, baby.
Damn it. By the way, so I don't know if you. This has nothing to do with the show, but I had to get a new transmission and some other stuff. While we were in there, I said, "Well, let's put a new starter on it." I got Kaylin working. I think we're going to upgrade the carb. Yeah, I decided it needed a little upgrade. So
4-barrel in it or what?
I'll let you know what we're doing with it. Well, if it's doable, but I'm hoping to have it back here before the Mandan cruise, because I know he's not sponsored. I still want to come up to that. So that's the plan.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, though, that I did take it out with that new tranny. Yeah, freaking A, that thing. That's a dream. So it's got a few more things.
If the big beautiful bill passes the Senate, I will be visiting Mandan Sporting Goods.
There you go.
So.
I probably will too. So
Yeah. All right, Clay, hit it.
So ATF is rolling back the zero tolerance stance that FFLs were seeing during their inspection.
Oh, that's a bad thing, Clayton.
It's horrible, ain't it? I'm telling you right now, that was ridiculous. I mean, if you didn't literally, dot an I or cross a T, they were dinging you and sometimes pulling FFLs. But that was the idea they wanted.
That shit was started when we filled in for Mayor Bakken when this whole thing got started.
The updated national policy aims to promote consistency and renewed emphasis on public safety while respecting the rights of lawful gun owners.
Because Trump and Bondi hate gun owners.
Oh, they're just horrible people, right? Them and the NRA, it's the gumshoe. But replacing the 2021 Enhanced Regulatory Enforcement Policy, the new guidelines instruct ATF investigators to use their discretion in evaluating inspection results, distinguishing between a clerical error and actual willful misconduct. And that's what it used to be, everybody.
That's common sense, man. That's
yeah.
You don't run people out of business for clerical errors.
Oh,
unless it happens all the fucking time. I got you.
DJ, you might have won the lottery there, but I'll let you know.
Oh, a little new school and the old school, huh?
It is, yeah. Well, there's a whole story behind it. Anyway, so the key changes are going to be contextual enforcement, which is focused on serious, willful violations while addressing the minor and clerical issues with just guidance. And that's how it should be. It's be like, hey, man, you didn't do this. You didn't do that. Some of the guys that are using the online stuff don't have that problem, when you do your 4473, because it's all.
I was wondering, why don't they just make a template and put it over it, and then when one's off, you put it off and look.
Perfect. No presumed revocation. It eliminates the assumption of a revocation for the first time or unintentional violations, because that had shifted. I mean, FFL dealers were like, well, man, I don't even know what to do, because they were, anybody can make an error, especially when you're doing it by hand.
Public even AI.
Focus, even more of AI. Greater emphasis on whether a license poses an actual threat to the public safety and contributes to violent crime, which if you don't know, if you go look at some of this crap under Biden regime and them commie fucks in there, they're sons of bitches. I'm telling you right now, they were looking for stuff, and they were using things. It was horrible. Define standards. It has
kitchen table gun dealers
of legal terms like willful and kitchen top table. Yeah, knowing along with standardized timelines and reviews for enforcement, proactive engagement, encouragement of early intervention and collaboration with compliant FFLs while maintaining a strict oversight. This is how it should be. They shouldn't be a hindrance. They shouldn't be something you're afraid of. They should be there to help, really. And that's what we're seeing. You're seeing that shift. It's good to see. Okay. It is. Problem is if we do not get rid of deep cleansing is what we need. Deep cleansing within the ATF, and you get a Democrat in there again, you're going to
need that coffee enema like Janet Jackson.
Yeah. God. Everything comes out black. Anyway.
I guess if you don't like racial humor, go find another show.
Hey, we are Leon approved.
I was going to say we can't do that. We don't have our DEI hire on here tonight, man.
We got to get on him. I was serious. I want him to do his show.
Oh, absolutely.
On our platform. So look for a new show, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be coming, and I'm pretty sure we can find a spot for Leon, because he does. He has a lot different stuff along with some of the things we believe, but. I'm telling you, Leon's he's gonna do a great job, and I hope he takes it serious and really, because I want to see him do it. I think he's gonna, isn't he?
I mean, it sounds like it.
He sounded pretty interested.
Unless he's crawfishing us.
I see he was hitting the range this past weekend. But
he was.
I'm just I'm glad that
oh, really? Janet Jackson's huge now, like physically. I'm gonna look her up.
Named Planet Jackson.
Oh my gosh.
A little bit cushion there for the push. Anyway, so I'm telling you right now, I like what they're doing. I'd like to see it actually. I'd like to see a lot of these things put into actual law in Congress, but I know that's not going to happen. We just don't have the votes to get it through, barely through the House, and the Senate's going to take 60 votes. And I just don't think you're going to see these things happen. So enjoy it. Hopefully we can stay. Maybe, hopefully, 2028 we win the election and we continue the freedom quest again, because that's what we're on. We're
doing it in 26, man.
Well, if we can change things over, then I don't have a lot of confidence.
Eric, I said she had a dramatic weight loss. Now I don't know if she had the stomach cut in half, but in 2025 she must have.
I have no clue. I don't keep up on Janet.
Miss Janet, if you're nasty.
She in her day. Hey.
Yeah. All right, Clayton, we got to do it. We got to do our top 2 dogs and then come back and get our happy ending chronicle in.
Just a second. Just give me 1 minute. I'm finding you.
My buddy Wyatt said she should be surrounded by a moon and a star. She must have been freaking large, man. I missed that.
This is the Janet Jackson I remember.
Yeah, exactly. Black cat and shit.
Yeah. I mean, hey, well, she was, like I said, in her day, man. I haven't seen her in years.
I mean, that's like looking at the old Michael Jackson one zone. He was like a good-looking dude, and then he turned into a
whatever he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, maybe
want some Jesus juice? Remember, that's what he called the wine when he had the kids over to.
Yeah. Well, didn't Janet? Did she have some? Oh, didn't
this
she have
is
some
the devil's
kids or
juice.
something? The devil juice. Yeah.
Shit, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I could explain.
I mean, I'm looking for these huge pictures, but they're not coming. Maybe they're censored. I don't know.
Probably. We can't show those.
Yeah. I'm gonna put fat. I'm gonna do a search of fat. Maybe that'll come up.
I love
How
it.
did we get on this?
Yeah, Dougie says he hasn't seen her since the Super Bowl. Yeah, when Timberlake freaking opened her bra or whatever there. That was an accident, JD. Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
I didn't see it anyways. I had wife and I were first married. I wasn't watching. Cover my eyes. It's hideous.
This is the only one I can find. I don't know why I even care. But there it is. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she had a baby. All right, I'm gonna give her a break, man. If she had a kid, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, she is big.
That has everything to do with guns and the 701.
Well, maybe she's a big gun nut now. We got to protect the baby.
Well, she has a baby. She likes.
Gotta protect the baby.
She liked one gun at one time.
That's weird, too.
Yeah. All right. So let's do a break. Thanks some sponsors, and we'll come back and get our happy ending going.
Sounds good. Good, buddy.
Not that kind of happy ending.
Lauer Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Experience the exhilaration of power in your hands at Bloodline Kinetics. Why Cerakote? Simply, it aids in firearm preservation while also giving your piece a unique look. Barrel threading, NFA laser engraving, bolt handle threading, mount, level, and bore, sight scope chamber rebarreling, and much more. Bloodline Kinetics is meant to reflect a long American lineage in gun ownership, who stand for the Second Amendment rights, Bloodline, and the science behind gun accuracy, Kinetics. To some, it's just a constitutional right that can go away. To us, it's in our American bloodline, and we believe it should stay that way. Here at Bloodline Kinetics, we understand that hunters, sportsmen, women, and gun owners should have a quality firearm. Stop and see us at 2008 Morrison Avenue 2 in Bismarck, North Dakota, 58504, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 701-390-7997. Visit our website, bloodlinekinetics.com.
All right, we're back. Let's see if we can't get back on track.
You bet.
All right. Take it away, Jamie. I think you got.
All right, Clayton. So this week's happy ending chronicle here. Last Thursday, Clayton, about 11 p.m., an intruder forced his way into a Riverside County, California residence where the homeowner was armed and ready. KTLA noted the homeowner called 911 to report someone, probably a piece of shit, was trying to break into his home. The homeowner let 911 know he was armed, and soon thereafter, the intruder made entry. Police were called to the 16,000 block of Hidden Peak Lane in El Sobrante, which is about 10 miles east of Corona, at around 11 p.m. on Thursday, according to the Riverside County Sheriff's Department. CBS News quoted sheriff's deputies saying the suspect eventually forced his ugly ass into the residence and was shot by the homeowner. The deputies, despite life-saving measures, the shit stack was pronounced dead at the scene by paramedics.
All right.
The 25-year-old turd stain, Paul Hunter, shall not be breaking into any more homes for the entirety of the globe known as planet Earth.
He's no longer
very happy the homeowner was not harmed at all and did society a favor by taking out more than likely a career criminal.
That is a happy ending.
Yeah.
He has assumed room temperature and is normal.
Yeah. He probably assumed whatever it is 6 feet under the ground temperature in California.
Yeah. Either way, we're good.
Either way, we're good. Another great happy ending chronicle.
Absolutely. All right. Well, coming up Friday, should be me and Todd again, I do believe. I think Todd's back, isn't he?
Yeah, Brian, it was Velcro. He said accident hell, it was Velcro, wasn't it? Yeah, it was.
Oh.
Yeah, Todd, I'm pretty sure Todd's back because last Friday Clay was on with Iron Mike Wagner, so I'm almost positive Todd's back.
And you know what? Mike did well. He doesn't know the subject.
I didn't know Mike was big of a man of the Second Amendment, but he's a big fan of, a big supporter.
Yeah, so it was fun to do something a little different, and hats off to him. I thought he did well, and I told him, I said, go ahead. I sent him all the stuff, and I go, feel free to interject and be part of it, and he did. So I was very happy about that. 18
wheels and a dozen 6-shooters. Just surprised he didn't arrest a homeowner in California. Well, the guy breaking in was probably white, so
yeah, so it was okay.
Yeah, kill his ass.
Oh. Alrighty, so yeah, I have the happy ending for Friday sitting right here. This is coming at us from Arizona, and it is a good happy ending.
Oh,
it
love
ends
it.
The way it should. So I think
make it happy all the way, Clayton.
Oh hell yeah! I've got a couple other things I'm going to talk about, but I don't know. We're going to see. I mean, a lot of things. It's funny. I have articles ready. But a lot of things happen in 24 to 48 hours, and sometimes they change. So a lot of times I don't send that stuff off to Todd as to what I'm doing, and I do that just so he has an idea what's going on.
Well, right before the show, I dropped it on Clay. I was changing my main one.
You did.
I was going to do like the how offhand shooting is still a critical skill, which it is, and we might get back to that at some point. But
Yeah, no, I mean, you can't believe and that's another thing. If we get this membership going and we'll kind of do an actual real probably announcement of it. But part of that's going to probably be the stuff we don't get to, right, Jamie? Kind of like old Rush had the stack of stuff.
Yeah.
We'll give you a little, teasers on that or do some shorts on it. But I think we're going to, that'll be part of
I mean, that's kind of the shit when I do Saturday night ones. That's what I would.
Yeah. I mean, there is a ton of information out there. And we don't get we get to a fraction of it.
Plus, you guys will be camping and bored and drunk, and your wife will be sleeping. You'll be like, shit, guns in the 701's on? Fuck yeah, man.
Well, hey, lady, you can just look at your wife and go either, put up or shut up, I don't
Yeah.
watch Guns in the 701.
I'm going to listen to some gun shit here and stimulate myself. Get ready. I'll be in here.
Yeah. I can tell you one thing I'm going to be sending to Todd because I do want to go over this. I don't know if anyone's seen it, but old Donnie Jr., I mean, Don, we know he's a gun guy, right? We know.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Big 2A guy. He's got a little something coming up that's probably going to tweak those antis a little bit. And it has to do with a possible online gun store. So I'm going to have that article.
Oh, I know what you're talking about here. Yep.
But a lot of people, I bet, haven't seen that. And I think it's a good one. Probably now that I've got access to the site. I wanted to do this a while ago, but we couldn't get in there. But thanks, Heather, for getting us back in there. I think I'm going to be doing a little change up to the website. I think I'm going to try to get some different articles in there and different things we've talked about so that you have a place to reference that information. I've actually had a couple of people ask me that. I send them links, but rather than having to email everything, I think I'm just going to get a one-stop shop, create a page on there that has all this information because it is good to have. It's good to be able to reference it. You can go, hey, maybe you're arguing with somebody and go, wait a second. Right here. It's right here. There's the links. and
good idea, man.
So we'll be working on that a little bit, updating the store. Now I'll get these on there. You guys will be able to order this stuff. We got them on hand right now.
Yeah, man, I'm waiting to drink some coffee out of mine, Clay.
Well, I was supposed to be up there this week, but next week possibly. We'll see. Oh,
God, you man. It's always next week.
I know. Yeah. I don't like to leave. All right. So again, Friday, 7:15 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:15 Central. Todd, Mitchell, I'll be on Mitchell in the morning. Todd will be joining me, having a good time again, getting your weekend dose of 2A news, right? And of course, cheering you up with a little happy ending chronicle. It's always good to end the week.
I'm gonna for next week's show. I think Monday I'm gonna drop. We haven't done a poll in a while, Clay. I'm gonna come up with a poll. Like I said, you guys know I said I like doing. Let's break this down. We're going to do a poll. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but we're going to have a poll. I'm going to get it up on Facebook and X, and we'll get it all going again. And I don't know about you, Clay. I enjoy breaking them polls down.
Oh, I'm good with them. We haven't had one for a while. Deacons hasn't done a badass of the week, so I'm going to see if I get enough time to work on one for next week because I think a lot of people like those. Not that Mike did a great job. Hopefully I can live up to the standard, but I doubt it. But I'll give it a whirl.
Yeah, he did awesome, man. Mike did freaking.
And I got been asked, is Mike coming back? Maybe. I mean, I know he's still part of what we're doing. He does some stuff still for me.
Hey, Mike, hopefully you keep doing our commercials anyway, man.
Well, he said he'd keep doing that stuff. So
get you box ammo. Oh, he's got the computer, so
yes, so he does a good job with it.
Do this thing for me. We'll keep that computer.
Otherwise, you get whacked. But
308 hollow point.
Yeah. So, and like I said, I'm kind of kicking the idea around. I might be going over to Aberdeen for that deal with Dakota Territory Gun Collectors Association because I'm curious that some of the things I read and then talking to some of the people, I think I'd like to be at that special meeting. So, if I am, I'll let you know how it goes. I'll let you know how it turns out. So, all right. Well, that's all I got, guys. I got one heifer left to calve if anyone cares. God dang it. I wish that she's got to be done here though. I mean, we pulled the bull. She's got baby.
She's got to be fucking huge.
Oh, well, she's not. So she must have got nailed at the very last minute.
Oh shit.
And they can go 10 days over and we're halfway through that. So she got to come here. She's getting closer. I can see it. So
get out of your pulling one.
God, I hope not.
You can stick your AI in, except not.
It's not fun.
No, I've done it.
But
some people don't believe it. I've been there.
So anyway, thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. Go check out. You know what? Go check out some of them old those old videos. I know some people have been watching them on YouTube.
Yeah, they're
from our first
advertising
days,
on them
'cause-
now. Like I look every once in a while I go back and I'm shocked how many people have watched them.
Yeah. And
I'm talking
telling
like
you, it's
thousands. I'm like,
entertaining,
oh
too.
shit, really? Okay.
Yeah. It is quite entertaining to watch us from then because we were green,
Oh, yeah.
weren't we?
And by no
But it
means
is
are
funny.
we Brandon Herrera, but I mean
No.
Clay and I have no
Hey,
aspirations of going really past, North Dakota. So
no. We're
we
happy.
love
where
keeping
we
it
are,
local,
so.
man.
We're here. We're at KFYR and we're enjoying it. So yeah, absolutely, guys. Oh well, there might be something else in the works.
Yep.
We'll let you know how that comes.
Thanks, 18 Wheels. Appreciate you, brother.
And I'm going to work on Leon. I'd love to get him out here, and I think he'd give you guys a great show that's entertaining.
Yeah,
Really
come on, Leon. I know you get. Hey, I'm doing a freaking sleep apnea test tomorrow, Clay. So I'm gonna let everybody know how that goes, and if I do got to get the MiG 14 shit on. Yep. I'll let you know. Yeah.
Call you Darth Brett.
Yep. I'll let you know next Wednesday how it went, man.
All right. Well, sounds good. Thanks for listening, everybody, again. And we sure appreciate it. Like I said, go ahead and like, support, share, help us out, and we'll keep things rolling. There you go. Catch you.